ask questions of God, do you actually really want the answer? And I say that because, you know, like for us now, we will create lots of what they call idle chit chat. You know, you'll meet someone on the street, an acquaintance or even an old family friend, and then you'll stand and you'll chit chat for a couple of minutes and you'll be like, oh, you know, yeah, the weather's nice, this and that. Oh, how's the family? Oh, you got another job, didn't you? How's that go? You know you don't care. Like, you know you don't care. And so I'm not talking about your actual, like, I'll say your friendship circle per se, because obviously you're friends for a reason. But I'm just talking about like general people who haven't necessarily made it into the confines of your circle, where maintaining proper information isn't at the forefront of your mind. And I'll even stretch it to like work colleagues. And it's not to say, this is gonna sound really bad. It's not to say that you don't care about them as people, but they're an extension of your life in which, so you don't see them necessarily every day. You might only see them once a week, something like that. So they're not within your immediate circle for you to give that much deep thoughts to. And so you ask these kind of questions, and it's just, you know, it's literally questions just to pass the time. Questions to put across that, or to acknowledge that we have an affinity to each other, a connection to each other. So we just ask some general questions that help us to fulfill that gap of, oh, yeah, I stopped to talk. But when we ask, like, I remember, and I'll give you an example. I was at work one time, and this is why I use work as well. I was at work one time, and one of my colleagues asked me, we were talking about, you know, what did you do at the weekend? Standard question, guys, standard question. What did you do at the weekend? Hope your weekend was good. Most people just want to hear, oh, it was fine. Generally, most people are happy and content with hearing, oh yeah, my weekend was fine. They didn't want to hear that you had suicidal thoughts. They didn't want to hear that you had to save a family member from overdosing on drugs. They don't want to hear that you stopped a fight between two girls on the tube and one spat in one's face and dragged out the other's hair, unless they like to gossip and they just want information. They don't necessarily want to hear that you broke up with someone. And this is just a general colleague. This isn't a friend, as I said. This is just a general colleague. Because the moment that they hear deep stuff, there is now a call to make an investment from them. So most of us don't want to hear the answer. I remember when a colleague said to me one time, you know, how did your weekend go? And I gave them like this really, I'm a very honest person. You ask me a genuine question, I'll just give you a genuine answer. I said to them, yeah, because, and this is when I was like I was a minister at the time, and there was a particularly awkward situation going on for someone that I was mentoring, so I had to deal with that situation. So without disclosing the detail of because it's someone's personal life, you know, I had to, you know, then disclose, oh yeah, well, you know, I'm a minister, I mentor, and one of the people that I mentor had like a really bad, you know, weekend. There's a lot of events, I had to, you know, support them in this, I had to do this, I had to do that. And then it's like, oh, that must have been, you know, and all of a sudden it kind of dawns on them like, oh, this person does a lot, like outside of work, you know, you're actually a real person. Then I was like, oh, what did you do? Me and the wife, we just watched a film that we've been looking forward to watching on, I think they watched it on Netflix or something. It's like, yeah, we just watched a film on Netflix and got some takeaway. And I was like, oh. So there was like a really big difference, I guess, in in our weekends, and unfortunately this happened again to the same person. I don't know why he came back. He came back for more. He asked me another weekend what I'd gone up to, and I was saying, yeah, I know someone that's has a charity where they, you know, bring awareness to the ethnic minority community about cancer. They build awareness about cancer in the ethnic minority community, and so I was out with them at the weekend. You know, we were at an event, and you know, we're doing promotion and speaking to lots of people, engagement and this, and it was like, oh, like, you know, again. And I'm just like, I actually felt sorry. I felt sorry for them. I did feel sorry for them, because, as I said, people don't want those kind of answers, because it makes, literally, even one person who kind of overheard this was almost like, you could hear that they almost felt hurt by my answer, because they were like, well, I just had the parents round, like, you know. And it's just like, look, I'm not trying to make your life feel bad or to pale in comparison, but sometimes when people receive answers that just kind of challenge their own life, and the meaning and the importance and the time that they spend, what they do, and the things that they do and the time that they spend doing them, it challenges them. And that challenge now begins to birth a potential change in their life. Many people don't want that. As I said, they're happy. They just kind of make their pillows around themselves, and they just want a hospice. And the minute you try to now, you just by entering the space. So remember, I didn't go in and I wasn't like preaching a thing. It's just, you asked me a genuine question, when you do at the weekend, and unfortunately the answer has now led to you being challenged in your current state, your current position. And it's like, oh, there's more I could be doing. There's so many causes I could be supporting. And when I say causes I could be supporting, I'm not telling anyone to go and support causes or champion, I don't know how to say this. That's not what I'm saying here, is for you to go and change your life and start supporting charity after charity. No. What I'm saying is, there is things that you can be doing with your time other than furnishing your own selfish desire, which is, I just want to watch film, have a bit of something to eat, put my feet up, make myself comfortable, furnish my lifestyle. I just want to go and have a drink. I just want to go and go to a party. I just wanted to go and have like, I just wanted to go and smoke. I just wanted to take some drugs to relax myself. My mind has been so busy. I just need to have a drink this weekend. I need to go out with the girls. I need to relax myself, do things for myself. Everything that we normally do every day, generally is for our own desire. But when you now start to challenge that with, oh, there is someone else I could be considering, someone else I could be benefiting, it's like, oh, but if I did that, I wouldn't be able to do what I want to do for me. And so when you're now confronted with that, it's like, yeah, but I'd have to change all these things. But until we start actually engaging in the other activities that would actually benefit other people and furnish someone else's desires and help them. And this other person, I'm saying furnish their desires, I'm actually talking about God. Before anyone thinks, oh yeah, again, doing charity stuff. No, I'm talking about furnishing the desires of God. That's now like, oh, that's really hard, because who's going to look after me? And it's like, yeah, but the person whose desires you're furnishing can actually help you. That's the difference. It's actually a reciprocal venture. But many people don't know God to that extent where they actually understand it's a reciprocal venture. It's not just, oh, I'm giving up everything for nothing. No, you are actually gaining everything by giving everything. But you don't understand, by putting away the life you have now, you actually get a life. So yeah, that's the second question. Do you actually care to know the answers? So we ask ourselves, oh, what's really wrong in my life? What do I need to change? Do you actually want to know? Because the minute you start to actually know, you now actually have to consider changing. So again, stop asking empty questions with your heart's not really in it. Are you really seeking God? Are you really seeking change? Are you really seeking peace and happiness and joy? If you are, let's keep going.